Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second game on tonight's stream. It's Silent Gaming versus E-LVETS. I'm Digital Bacon, and joining me in this booth now, we got rid of Stroby because he's got to go practice for the next series coming up. And we brought on the winner of the last match, Timo from Whiffmasters. Timo, how are you doing, buddy? And how are you feeling after that victory?
Yeah, thanks, Bacon. I'm feeling pretty good. Wasn't that easy, but in the end, we played pretty solid and could take the win.
We were talking about this, and it wasn't a pretty game. That's how we quite easily put it. But in those situations, it's actually a lot harder to play than what you might think. When you've got a lot of whiffs going on, like, it can really hurt you mentally, can't it? Where it just makes it sort of really hard, because if your opponent's whiffing, you're going up for a block or something, and that doesn't come to fruition. How do you deal with that, and how do you look to get the victory in those cases?
Yeah, exactly. In these situations, it's really important to have the ball, and so you don't have to challenge all the time, because if your opponent whiffs the ball and you go for a block, then you're basically out of the game as well. And yeah, that's really takes the flow out of the game.
Yeah, I'm just laughing and giggling away because the lads in game are actually all just memeing about with each other. So looking towards this game, I'm trying to think how to put it, but basically, E-LVETS will beat Silent a few weeks back. Just quickly looking, it was 3 weeks back, if I remember right. Yep, back in week 6, E-LVETS took down Silent Gaming 3-1. What do you think Silent are going to do? Because they're on a little bit of a cold streak right now. They've unfortunately had to face up against Servette Geneva over the last 2 weeks because, of course, the second stage of the round robin. What do you think they have to do to get back into flow and beat the E-LVETS here?
Yeah, it's really... That's a good question, but I think if Psynox is ready to save all the balls, and Italy can score a lot, and if they put a lot of balls on the backboard and put a lot of pressure on E-LVETS, then they can win. But if E-LVETS play solid and Otta pops off, then it's really, it's going to be really tough for Silent.
So it's basically coming down to the Silent Evolve when they're on their hot streak. Synox just has to be a tank back in defense, and Syntax and Italy just have to do their magical sort of striking upfield. Like you said, it's not going to be hard when they're going up against E-LVETS, who have been able to get a couple of wins and be able to look a little bit threatening over the last couple of weeks. Let's see if they can continue that on. I've just been reminded Otter's got a horrible profile picture. So let's get on to this. Silent Gaming going to be in the blue, and E-LVETS, well, that leaves them orange. It fits their colors, and I quite like that when it all works out, eh? 5 minutes of Rocket League to play out, and E-LVETS already on the strike. On that kickoff, it's played right into Synox's hands. He's trying to get an early goal. Great control from Lepre. Good block from Syntax, but Otter, this is already miles quicker in pace than that last series. Synox can't keep it under his control. Arku chasing it up, putting that pressure on, going for the block, but the ball unfortunately trickles out wide. Synox tries to get under his control, tries to get a backball pass, but unfortunately Syntax not able to receive it. It was a good hit off to the side by the defenders. Italy now in defense. This is not where we normally see him. He's normally a striking force, but today it seems Synox wants to go up into attack, and that leaves Italy to work on the defense.
Yeah.
Otter going for the double touch. Unfortunately, not going to be able to keep that, but here is Lepre. Jumps on in, finds himself a beautiful little goal.
A really good assist by Otta, but it did lovely on the backboard, and it's really hard to defend for all the defenders, even if Synox is there.
The thing is there, though, that Lepre had to risk so much jumping into that, right? Because if that was defended, that would have been, you know, a runaway goal down to the opposite end of the field, and that would have left Arku, the only man back in defense. E-LVETS having to risk a lot there, but it all came down to a great start from Otter, didn't it?
Exactly, that's... If he missed the ball, then it would have been a almost an open net for Silent. But
Italy.
luckily, all went well.
Moving the ball around, he's got to get a block. Unfortunately, Otter just fakes him out. Back pass, Lepre bumping it up high, but the aerial's going to be met by Syntax right down to the corner. Arku, great control, past Italy as well. Synox having to push that downfield, a great pinch to do that. Italy gets under control. This is set up for Syntax, but goes wide, a little bit too high as well.
Yeah, really close. Almost got bumped out of the net, but didn't work out. And now an open net.
I was worried here because open net sometimes can be so hard to shoot upon. Like, that was quite awkward for where the ball was coming in. You can quite often see players sky that ball, can't you, Timo?
Yeah, if it's an open net, then you have a lot of pressure on you, because if you miss, then it's really bad, but if you score, it's nothing special, so yeah.
Oh! That was a nervy defense there. You'll notice this. Lepre putting that pressure on, knocking it down to the middle. All three players jumping at it. It was unfortunately, I think, Synox, who was in the middle of flip, and unfortunately sent it off to the right. And then, yes, a good little jump in at the end to pressure that towards the net. 3-0. E-LVETS coming out in a storm for this game number 1.
Yeah, if they continue to play like this, it will be really, really hard for Silent. But it's only the first game, so we will see.
And it's still only the first half. Syntax trying to get a redemption goal, leaves it for Synox. Good block from Arku, Italy. And that pressure on still Lepre. Great clearance downfield. Synox wants to keep this ball under his team's control, trying to move it into space. Otter disallowing that. Synox just get bumped off it, and that's a good pressure ball by Arku. Does not come to a goal, but in this case, it don't matter. E-LVETS 3-0 up. If they can just keep pressure and keep the ball down their opponent's side of the field, they're not going to get scored upon.
Yes, unbelievably good pressure from E-LVETS, and will be hard for Silent.
Otter towards the center. Italy can't get that away safely. Is needed once again, but the pressure keeps on coming. The lads of E-LVETS, imagine them being a hammer right now, and well, that leaves Silent Gaming to be the wall. They just keep hammering away, keep on knocking it, trying to get a crack. Not found just yet. Problem with walls, they can't really kick the ball. They're not getting anywhere near their opponent's net. Synox does his best to get us aside, gets a good pinch. Need a player to charge that downfield. That's not a good hit from Arku. Lepre unfortunately can't reach it, and Syntax being given the opportunity. 1 minute 15 remains. A hope here for Silent Gaming.
Yeah, really not the best touch from Arku, but he's new to the Batmobile, I believe, so he will need some time to adapt.
So your thoughts here, Timo, then. Why is Arku picking up the Batmobile, do you think? Because we know the other two, oh, that was so close. But the other two using octanes is quite common. We see, you know, 2 octanes in the Batmobile. But
yeah.
Arku, do you think it's suiting him?
I don't really know, but I know that Arku is changing a lot of times his car. So maybe he wants better hits, and that for better hits, in my opinion, the Batmobile is way better. But it's really risky because it's really flat, and if you have to go for a 50-50, it's really dangerous. But if you're fast enough and have good hits, then Batmobile is definitely a good choice.
Yeah, with those 50-50s, if you're using the Batmobile, you've got to be dodging into the ball. You can't just jump at it like the Octane, can you? Because it doesn't have the height on the car. Synox? No, that can't go the whole way. Lepre leaving it to the last second. No boost here. Does get a good 50-50. Finds Otter, and Otter's got a charge on. Synox will get the block. That's down for Syntax. He puts off to the wall. This is dangerous now. Otter is there. Tried to get a little pass to the center. Arku picks it up. Fakes out the defense apart from Syntax. Brain too big on that lad. He's not going to be fooled. Last few seconds of the game. This has to be one final charge. Synox gets blocked on out. Italy's got to pop that up. Syntax struggling to do anything. That's a hit up to the center by Synox. Italy gets with a bump on, but that's going to hit the ground. It was a nice attempt, but not nice enough to get a goal. E-LVETS take game number 1 against Silent Gaming.
Yeah, in the end it got really close, but the lot of pressure which E-LVETS did in the first few minutes was crucial in this situation.
Yeah, we're looking at this now, and quite often the saying is you got to turn up to the game from the start. Silent Gaming weren't there until half time, to which they were able to equal it out. Got down to that last minute and a half, to which Silent Gaming were looking the strongest side, weren't they? But going into game number 2, do you think they're going to be able to continue that momentum, or E-LVETS with the reset, with this sort of break, where they're going to be able to talk things through, you know, what was going wrong in that second half? Do you think E-LVETS are going to keep this going, and who knows, might mimic you lads over on Whiffmasters and get a sweep?
Yeah, it really depends on the next game, I believe. And if Silent starts well and can score early, then they definitely have a good chance. But if E-LVETS puts on the same pressure again, then yeah, it will be really, really hard for Silent.
So, game number 2 underway. Silent Gaming in the blue, E-LVETS in the orange, if you've only just tuned on in. Look right above to the scoreboard. There's the score currently. E-LVETS taking game number 1. This is a best of 5. Nothing called just yet. Silent Gaming still very much alive in this one. The lads are fighters. They're warriors, you could say, and they want to win no matter how hard the challenge, how hard the foe is. Italy already is trying to get a lot better with those passing plays, but a great interception coming out from Lepre. He's already doing it again. Arku wants to drop that towards the center. Syntax gets the ball high with no boost. Isn't going to be able to chase onto that, by Synox sticks in net. Once again, we called him the tank earlier. Tanks, they also have a good blast on them. There's the first goal from Synox.
Yeah, really well done. He waited patiently. And yeah, then scored the open net.
We said earlier, open net's quite hard to score upon. That's 2-0 in favor to. They're actually quite easy. What are you talking about, Bacon? Synox down into the corner, wants to chase onto it. Oh, gets called off by Syntax. Good teamwork, good communications. Otter past Italy, but Synox back in net. That's normally where you find him. Can beat Lepre. Al almost made that look too easy as he chases on, gets the pass to the center. Syntax not quick enough. Synox does keep the pressure up, but Arku slowly, too slowly. Good pop by Lepre. Arku needs to get another touch, can't. Synox tried to go for that half rotate to turn back on the ball. Isn't hurt by it just yet. Syntax holding the line. Good knock by Synox onto Lepre, but Arku there to assist Lepre. Italy holds it strong. Lots of beefy 50-50s and blocks in this first minute and a half.
Yeah, but it looks way better for Silent as in game 1. Silent has a lot of control in the game. And yeah.
It is all because they're keeping the ball closer to themselves. They're not just going for long hits now. They're going really close into the ball and trying to chase on with 50-50s and shadow plays.
Exactly.
Syntax does trick out Arku to get him past, but he needs to get past off the bump. Otter keeping his head calm there to clear it away. Synox. Arku does get that off to the corner, and Synox now trying to wait for a pass on in. You can see Italy as well, really committed downfield. They thought that was going to be their golden opportunity to get a goal. A double commit there as well. You can see Silent Gaming really, really desperate for that second goal. They know it's going to be able to secure them a solid lead, and they'll be able to pressure out the rest of the game, but they're wanting it a bit too much. Crossbar down, not a player to follow on through. Syntax really deep. Can't get onto that. Synox with a loose hit. That's going to hand it on over to Lepre. Lepre finds Arku. Lepre in the middle now. 60 boost to his name. Good knock by Synox. Otter putting the pressure on once again. That's a high ball. Synox gets it away and puts it to the side safely. Italy does find Arku. Timo, looking at this game, we can suddenly start seeing that the lads of E-LVETS are putting the pressure on now, and they're looking a lot more dangerous in this last minute, aren't they?
Yeah, it looks like they're boost starving Silent pretty well. They are all the time are a really low boost, and
So
even
if
now
you're
he
Silent
missed the
in this
boost.
case, just to go on to the next question, how does Silent break that boost starvation? How do they fix that and then get back into control?
Yeah, you just have to try to challenge the ball even though you don't have boost. But if you can get a clear, then in these situations you have the time to grab boost. But if you don't challenge because you don't have the boost, then you're basically lost.
Yeah, and it can also come down to like mental games of making your opponent think you have boost, sort of like pressure from presence, isn't it?
Exactly. That's a really good thing to do in these situations. But now
So,
it looks like Silent has the control again. And yeah, only 1
it's
minute
all
to
down
go.
to these close dribbles as well. They might not have 100 boosts because they've been having to pick up those small pads, but they're showing what you can do with, say, 40 odd boost. Synox a good block into the corner. Arku puts it up high. Good hit from Italy, but Otter reads it so well into the center. Italy clears it out. Lepre will drop that down. Otter back pass, but unfortunately it pitches. This is dangerous. Synox up in the air, cannot get a solid touch, but Syntax seeing what he can do, being tricky with the ball. Italy onto that, blocks it from Lepre. Synox keeping this ball pressured, but Otter now will have time to breathe. Not a solid hit there from Otter as well. You can see Arku doing massive to jump in on that situation. Last few seconds and oh, there we go. That is the game done and dusted. Italy, the goal wasn't really needed, but it secures game number 2 in Silent's favor, doesn't it?
Exactly. In the end, it wasn't... Yeah, it was really close. But luckily they could score one more. So now... I really don't know what will happen in the next game.
That's it.
Really
So
open, but...
we've got it tied out. So just from a player's perspective here, Timo, if you're E-LVETS, you've won the first game, you've lost the second one, and 2-0 in a game which I'm just going to say E-LVETS, you can see it, only 2 shots from them. They couldn't really get much going in the attack sort of department. How do you turn this around now? How do you stop what Silent Gaming are doing, which essentially it was all Silent Gaming's game until it was like a 30-second window there where E-LVETS were all in control and then Silent were able to break it. What do you do in this situation if you're E-LVETS?
Yeah, you just really shouldn't think about this game because it wasn't good at all from E-LVETS, and they just should try to put on pressure again and don't let Silent having the ball too much and just go for these 50s and take the boost from them, and then yeah, E-LVETS will have a better shot again.
Basically copy what you did in that 30 seconds and then just make it a whole 5 minutes. Because
Exactly.
E-LVETS, if they're pressuring their opponents, taking all the boost away from them, they do look the stronger side. It's natural, essentially. If you've got control of the boost, if you've got control of the ball, you're naturally going to be in control of the game. Silent, though, are going to be thinking the exact same thing, aren't they, Timo?
Yeah, they just have to play as they did last game, so both just should put a lot of pressure on their opponents. And if they are able to do that, then yeah, the team with the more pressure will have a really good chance to win this one.
Fantastic kickoff here from the lads of E-LVETS, putting that pressure on straight away. Syntax does get off to the side. Unfortunately, Otter not going to be able to connect. Formations now after this kickoff are going to be crucial. You can see Arku's already trying to charge downfield, put himself into a cherry picker role. Unfortunately, it's hurt. No one in defense really strong enough to be able to pick up on this, and Italy granted a goal.
Yeah, a really unlucky touch from Arku, and Synox without boost still could give such a good pass to Italy.
Do you think that was also a rotational error there?
Oh no. Yeah, I think that the communication wasn't correct before, but this, yeah, wonderful team play. But I don't know.
Whoops.
That's really unlucky.
E-LVETS, can you not throw this early, please? We were expecting this to be a pretty close game.
And Synox.
Oh. So from a mistake in the kickoff to here just being Synox.
Yeah.
Absolutely bully. You can see that ball was going up, and the defense, rightfully so, thought that was going to be Italy getting on the end of it, didn't they? But Synox following on through just threw everything out the window.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening to E-LVETS currently because they can play way better, and but it's really hard if you can't play well in the first 30 seconds. The game will be a really rough game.
It all comes down now to if E-LVETS can hold their nerve, show their grit. They're trying to be tricky with this ball. Good stuff that Italy jumps on in. E-LVETS essentially need to get a goal in the next 30 seconds or turn this around so it's super even to sort of stand a chance in the rest of the game to make it so this is not a runaway. Pass out from Italy, finds Synox. It's a slow ball, knocked up high. Otter now trying to chase this downfield. Didn't really have anywhere to go with that. Arku wants to go for a dribble. There's a pop. It's got Lepre and Otter double come in onto it, and Syntax will find that easier, clearer way to the side. Good stuff. Arku's there first. Synox across the net, but Syntax can easily clear that away. Very, very disjointed here from E-LVETS. They need to start communicating a little bit better.
Yeah, they are all out of the position all the time. And Silent doesn't have to do much, they just have to wait for them to be out of the position, and then they have a good counter attack, so they really have to step it up.
It is literally down to those 3 goals, isn't it? Where E-LVETS now are panicked. The double commits are coming in so strong.
Yeah, double commits all the time, mispositioning.
It's because it's all about each player sort of thinking, what can I do to get this back in track instead of what can we do? It's quite common, you'll see it here, even top teams like here, E-LVETS can succumb to it.
Exactly.
Trying to work this around, and you can see they do have a lot of chances being built up with this ball going in front of the net so often. They just need a second player communicated to get in front and near enough push this ball the final 5 meters into the net, and the pressure is good now from E-LVETS. They are building up to a goal. Otter unfortunately not going to be able to get that touch. Arku does put it across. Lepre will pick it up. This is when you want a solo play, but Italy, that was actually brilliant from him to find Syntax from that pass.
Yeah, E-LVETS has to score really soon, otherwise it will be really hard to come back in this game. But now they're playing well, way better again. So nothing lost. So.
Yeah, we're currently sitting on about 35 seconds a goal needed. That keeps ticking away. Super hard now, but like we said, 3 goals in 1 minute 30 is not something we have not seen.
Yeah, it's possible for sure.
But it's doable. You see it quite every now and then. Arku gets that link towards the center. Good hit by Syntax, and you can just see the lads of Silent Gaming aren't really focusing on getting a goal now, are they? They're just trying to keep this ball away from the net and try and run down this clock.
Yeah, they really don't have to score anymore. Even if you concede 1 goal, you're still up by 2, and only 1 minute left.
They're playing it safe, aren't they, essentially?
Yeah, exactly. With players like Synox in the defense, it's really hard to score 3 goals in 1 minute.
Arku pops that downfield, wants to find Lepre, but Italy intercepts. Italy just going for a block here. It's a clever play, but Arku comes out with the boost, can pick this up now, puts the pressure on, but Syntax out to midfield. Italy comes out with the ball, and Synox stealing boost from his opponent, stealing that ball, and it's just going to make this so hard to deal with. Good hit from Arku, does send it downfield. Otter leaves that for Arku, tried to get the fake, but Italy read through all of that play.
Yeah, Sound has a really good rotation. They hardly double commit or are out of position currently, so it's really hard for E-LVETS to break through.
Otter, a goal that could be redemption. You want at least 1 in this game. It's feeling like it's not going to happen. Ball hits the ground. Silent Gaming 2-1 up. at the very start of this series, E-LVETS looked all in control, but now it seems like they can't even string together a passing play. It's not what you want in this situation. E-LVETS now need to do like a little mini reverse sweep, get the next 2 games. They've got to work on a lot here, don't they?
Yeah, they really have to step it up again and put a lot of pressure on Silent, but they aren't allowed to overcommit, because when they overcommit, then Silent can score again, and if they score, they will play defensive again, and it will be really hard. So
that's it. You've
hard
got to make
game.
sure that Silent Gaming are pushing to the attack, because if they're comfortable, if they got those 2 goals, like we saw from that game, they can just prolong out the series. They can just keep on going. Their defense is strong enough with Synox dictating it from behind. E-LVETS need to get that early lead, don't they?
Exactly.
Well, RQ puts it into the corner. That's a good link up with Lepre.
RQ and Ota changed the car again, so maybe they have another strategy for this one.
So what car, I'm just quickly looking, is Ota gone on to? So the Dominus.
With the Dominus, yeah, exactly.
It
almost
nearly worked. So you think they're going to be changing up the playstyles? Because Dominus, to me, seems like a very attacking car, because you get a lot of power off of the front corners of it, don't you?
It really is. Now, I think they try to put up a lot of passing plays now, with Ota finishing him. But yeah, they aren't allowed to overcommit, so it will be a really hard task.
RQ, unfortunately, not going to be able to redirect that down. A lot of clustering up from the lads of E-LVETS as well, as they're trying to just cover as much, I'm going to say, specific ground as possible. They're trying to use 2 cars at the same time in very close proximity to each other, so that they know where the ball's going to be cleared to. So it means they've got a better chance, because they are communicating of how to make saves, make blocks, and get the ball downfield. You can see Otter tries to link up with Lepre there, but RQ comes in close. It's a very risky style to play. Lepre, slow and steady into the net. It wasn't a fancy goal, it wasn't stylish, but it's what E-LVETS needed.
Indeed, now they don't have to put all up, so they can stay back a little as well, and now Silence has to do the work. And yeah, that's not the favorite part of Silent playstyle, so yeah.
Oh, close there. Well done in defense to get that away. Up into the air, Arco goes, tries to drop it for the center. Lepre keeping the ball high. Syntax, not the touch he wanted. Synox does get a block onto Otter. This is dangerous. Lepre can't get there quick enough. Synox. Ball will linger for Syntax. He gets a block. Synox has to go back. Doesn't decide to half rotate. Italy a little bit too slow to rotate into that one. Synox up into the air. Otter. This is a little bit high. Syntax having to knock that off to the corner. It's good for now. Synox 50-50s against Lepre. Italy can't get the touch. This is super precarious. It is so dangerous. Arku, good hit from Arku.
Yeah, really seems like Silent is out of position currently. So
this was actually nuts from Arku there to get that control onto it.
Yeah, E-LVETS is playing really well again, and Silent just hasn't the right rotation currently.
Silent Gaming now are a bit worried because, oh no, E-LVETS are good again. 2-0 up into this game. It doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon as E-LVETS keep pressuring away. These two teams, very similar styles, albeit the E-LVETS don't really play with a dedicated defender like Synox is for Silent. And Synox, unfortunately, not going to be able to get onto that. Syntax does pull some weight, gets the strings going. Synox, that was massive indecision from him.
Beautiful.
This was great from Otter, but this was worrying. Synox just sort of was a deer in headlights there.
Yeah, he was way too close to Otta. He should have stayed way further back. So like this, he doesn't have a chance to challenge the ball there.
Is it because Silent Gaming are panicking now, do you think, Timo?
Yeah, I think it's they have to play more offensive, and so they're further up, and that's really not, yeah, their playstyle. Ooh.
Oh, that brings a smile to your face, don't it? This was fantastic.
Yeah.
That is
Syntax
so
trying
cheeky.
to bump like Piri, and Cynox scores it.
Well, would you think that's the start of the comeback maybe for Silent now, as they could get back into this?
Yeah, it's really hard to say, but I don't think so, to be honest.
You don't
We
think
will.
so?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, E-LVETS trying to keep up this attack. The ball hit skywards. Otter and Cynox both not able to get to it. Good block there by Syntax. Arku pushed far back into the defense. Beat Italy. Can't get the second touch. Syntax beaten there. Mind Games coming out with all these slow hits and delayed ones as well. Good block up there by Cynox. This is becoming a very, very hard game to read.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's out of boost all the time currently. So it really makes it hard to hit the balls correctly and have a good rotation. Oh.
Good hit from Otter here. I thought this was a complete and utter miss because Otter is so far behind, but where this ball was so slow, it gave Otter so much time to come up onto it, didn't it?
Yeah, and the Dominus is the perfect car for such a double tap or a backboard read. So he did the right decision with this car.
And well, I'm going to say it now, Timo, you had a good right decision as well. I think that E-LVETS was still in the lead of this one. The pre knocking that downfield, no one in net, and well, you expect it in these situations. The lads of Silent have to throw all three players into attack, essentially go all out offense. Don't worry about that defense because at this point in time, it don't matter if you get scored upon again. You pretty much lost it and you're just looking to close that gap and make it feel good going into game number 5. E-LVETS right in their wrongs here. A change of strategy, a change in play style with a change of cars. It's done them a world of good. Timo, what do you think Silent Gaming are going to change going into game number 5?
Yeah, they really have to change something because E-LVETS is looking really strong again. And if Silent can't hold on to 0-0 in the beginning for a long time, if they can hold on to it, E-LVETS gets nervous and they overcommit, but if E-LVETS can score early, it will be a tough one for Silent.
I'm going to say as well, looking at the scoreboard, one thing that stands out clear to me is Italy Youngstar here with 0 goals, 0 shots, everything like that, and it's purely because of this incredibly pushed defense that Silent Gaming have to work with, where they're back in their own half. Italy does not enjoy that at all. He is a player that prefers to be in his opponent's half of the field near enough all the time, and where he's not being able to play his style is hurting him greatly, isn't it, here?
Exactly. Cynox or Syntax usually pass the ball to Italy and he redirects the ball into the net. But if E-LVETS have so much pressure and ball position all the time, it's really, really hard for Italy to do something.
Well, last game here on Utopia Coliseum. Could be disastrous from one of these two teams. Silent Gaming need to bring this back. That was great control from the pre on the line. Syntax not going to be able to follow that through to the net. Otto chases it downfield, gets a block against Italy. Arku blocked by Italy. Again, maybe that's the difference. Italy, you've just got to focus on defense now. Cynox wants to go into attack and see if he can get the goal. Italy being denied everything there. Cynox keeps it to the corner. We'll pick this up into a dribble. Gets it past 2 players. Syntax ready for this, but unfortunately the ball hit too far across the net.
Yeah, it's you can see both teams are playing quite not all out attack, playing patiently. So if you do a mistake now and you're back, it's really hard to come back in the last game.
You can definitely feel that the first goal is going to decide this game, can't you?
Holy.
Woo! That's not a pinch you see too often. Panic coming out from the defense from E-LVETS as Otter and Lepre both double committed into that. Synox doing well to get that crossed. Good block from him as well. That's dangerous towards the net. Italy, unfortunately, too slow, but does get the block onto it to keep it down to his opponent's end. Otter gets it past one, tries to get a pass out to Lepre, pops it past Italy. Synox back into defense so well. Italy knocking that downfield. Syntax chasing onto it. Can't get it across goal enough, but scary, scary times for E-LVETS now.
Yeah, they really have to watch out. If they concede a goal, then Silent will play Park the Bus again. And it will be really hard. Or Park the Synox. That's not what they want.
Yeah, you can see actually Syntax is being the one that's more focused as the third man in this now instead of Synox. Definitely changes in playstyle being made for the Silent side, and it seems to have worked. Italy, fortunately, pre-jumped onto that too hard. The same for Synox, and that's left an open net. Lepre, some sort of guardian angel is watching over him to give him this opportunity.
Yeah, really unfortunate there. Italy flying neck across or over the ball, and Synox didn't calculate on that and didn't have the boost to reach that ball.
So Timo, in these situations when you're a player and you've done a double with your team, we're going to be blunt and harsh about it. What do you have to do mentally to step up and sort of, you know, come back into the game and get the next goal if you're Silent Gaming?
It's really hard, but Silent didn't play bad the first few minutes.
It was one mistake essentially.
Yeah, exactly. They really should not think about that too much and try to put on the same amount of pressure as they already did, and then I'm sure they will score.
Well, it seems like they're putting on pressure now. Good hit from Lepre though. Syntax has to retreat out of it. Synox can't get the block, and there's Syntax once again. Hasn't got much boost to work with. Can't keep control of the ball. Knocked back down to him. He's trying to line up Italy there, but Lepre getting in the way. Italy does find it, puts it into the corner, wanting to buy as much time for his teammates to get back in defense. They both commit onto that. You can definitely see Silent Gaming, the communication is slipping a little, isn't it, here?
Yeah.
Ooh. Crossbar, not getting paid enough there, it seems.
Oh, pinch. But E-LVETS are back.
Yeah, good rotations from the E-LVETS there to be able to deal with that. Synox with the pop. Italy gets the demo. Beautiful play here.
Yeah, you really could see that E-LVETS had a much better rotation, but if you're in the defense it's easier. But then the really well done demo from, I think it was Italy. Yep. And then it was basically an open net. And it seems like they score all the open nets today. So
yeah, the biggest thing there that I love about Italy is that he's in the green card. It makes it easy to distinguish him from the rest of the team. Good save there from Syntax. Keeps it in 1-1. Everything tied up. This is a game that's going to go right down to the wire. The next goal could be the decider here. And again, this is a massive game. Ooh. Lepre of E-LVETS gets the second goal for his team. Like I said, that could be the decider. Silent Gaming, you need to respond.
Yeah, quite a fortunate hit there by Lepre, but you shouldn't leave the net open like this.
Yeah, but no one on that front post to make the save. Syntax, good pop, can't get the second touch. Italy into that, and you can see all three members tried to go super deep after that kickoff. I don't know what Otter's doing up there. Arku had it, and you can see E-LVETS.
No way.
No, Synox, get out of here. That was dirty.
Yeah, really well done. What a dunk from Synox. He read it perfectly.
Oh, that That was beautiful. Like you said, read perfectly to get an equalizer. 27 seconds. Who knows? We might see a goal before overtime.
Yeah. But my tip is it will be...
You reckon
It will get into overtime, and after 3 minutes, Silent will score because of an overcommit.
Pressure though, E-LVETS in there. Lepre can't get the ball centered. Italy, good clearance downfield. If he can chase this, he might even be able... Synox is there. It's into the center. Syntax, where are you, my dude? Fortunately, not able to get onto that. So overtime, like I said, a golden goal situation. Winner of this match goes 3 wins in league play. Actually climbs it and splits the table even further with Master. Already onto 3 wins, earlier. This would be to join them. E-LVETS making this ball move downfield, and Synox feeling comfortable here. Gets it to the center. Syntax blocks it out. Ball centered once again. Otter pushing it, trying to put on some pressure. Down into the silent half. Syntax can't keep control of it. Arku, you can see so much being focused on defense from both sides here. Only one player going into the attack. They do not want to risk too much. Arku with a slow drop. Syntax keeps that high. Italy off to the side can deal with, and Syntax a big clear downfield. Awkward bounce. That's going to be a slow ball. Otter looking to dribble it out. No boost on him anymore. Demo does find, but like I said, no boost means they're able to deal with that Silent Gaming. That was risky from Lepre as well. Hit with no boost. Ball bounces on around the world. It goes. Synox and Arku both demoed. Love it when that happens.
Both teams are playing really risky currently, although they shouldn't. If you risk too much in such situations, it can be deadly.
I know, it feels very even to me. Like I said, risky, but you've got to take the risk to get the win sometimes, and both teams, because the other is playing risky, it feels like you can as well. Ball up high into the air. Arku, let's drop that. That was very, I would say, naughty of the defense not to get a solid clear, but it's worked for them here. All the way across. Italy wanting to get onto this first. Pumps it into the corner. Wants the follow through into the center. Syntax! Oh, how do you get away with that? Oh, Lepre.
That was
he tried so hard. It was so close, but unfortunately, no cigar. Silent Gaming coming out with the win. Game 5 overtime. That was a series that really came down to the wire.
Yeah, in the end it was really intense. But as I said, if Silent doesn't commit too much and E-LVETS puts too much into the offense, Silent can win this. And they did.
Oof. So, great win for Silent, who, like we said before, has been on a bit of a, I would say, a losing streak for a while. Their last win was against Arctic Gaming in week number 3. So this is going to be a massive one for them, isn't it, Timo?
Yeah, it really gives them a lot of momentum, I believe, because E-LVETS, if I'm not mistaken, is right behind Silent in the bracket, in the table, yeah, in the ranking. So now they have a little bit of air there to breathe.
Well, that push Silent Gaming up into 6th place, if I'm right. Yeah, up into 6th place. E-LVETS and Monks now 7th and 8th. So we're starting to see a bit more of a divide in this lower half. But it also gives Silent, as well as, of course, yourself, Timo, and the Whiffmasters, a chance to sort of try and fight back and maybe have a sniff at that 4th spot in league play.
Yeah, it will be definitely really hard if Arctic and Team Zer can keep their momentum and win the important matches against the lower teams. They are through basically, but yeah, I think Silent and Whiffmasters still have a little chance, but we have to really hope for Arctic and Zer to miss some opportunities.
Yeah, definitely a couple of upsets. So I'm expecting you to, like, 'cause it's a weird one because you've got to be there going, okay, any team that goes up against Arctic, I want them to win. But
Exactly.
they're also the teams I'm fighting against. So it's a really calculated game. Like, imagine if the, like, for example, Silent Gaming beat Arctic, you're there like, oh yeah, we're a little bit closer. But Silent Gaming have just got the important win against
Exactly.
Arctic. So the rest of the league play is going to be an interesting one to watch and keep on spectating. Guys, that's 2 of the 3 games done this evening. We're next going into Arctic versus Servette Geneva. Timo, I'm going to quickly ask your prediction on that series because this is going to be the hotly contested one. Do you think Arctic can beat Servette Geneva, or do you think Servette Geneva are going to hold onto that sort of like joint first position in league play?
Then I know that Arctic Servette is playing today with a sub, which never played for Servette before. So
who's the sub?
His name is Tick, and if he can play well, it won't be a problem for Servette, I believe. But there's still a chance for Arctic to win this, because I don't think they ever played in this roster before, so we will see.
Ooh, okay, so that's going to be definitely exciting. Timo, thank you for joining me. But guys, we've got to head on over to a break to get that next match sorted. And of course, to get the next cast room, we're going to be bringing on Syntax from Silent Gaming. This is a weird sort of like curse at the moment because every caster that's joined me has been on the team that's winning. So maybe that's the omen that Arctic are taking it today. We'll have to find out after this break. Don't go anywhere. It's the TCS eSports League, the best Rocket League going on in Switzerland. We'll see you after this break.